what AI generally will help us to. First of all, it will help us to analyze a much bigger problem. I mean, that's something. It's not ChatGPT, okay? To analyze much bigger problems, we need AI. I mean, that's something which can really help us to move forward. Apart from that, it also adds its own added intelligence, like grab Jarvis in Iron Man. If you have a look at it. So coming to the point, so Google, Facebook, and Microsoft, they were leaders. I mean, if you look at the era of 2019, 1999 to 2015, it is the Web 2 era. Okay, so what is Web 2? Also understand the terminology very well. It's important for GDP. Web 1 is when you can where you can only read the web page. Web 2 is where you can read, write, and also collaborate. ओके वेब थ्री क्या है वो हम इसके बाद पढ़ेंगे ठीक है सो ये वेब टू एरा है दिस इज द वेब टू एरा गूगल फेसबुक एंड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट सो दे वर द मार्केट लीडर्स दे वर गवर्निंग एवरीथिंग
Okay, where we are looking at this moment. I mean, that's the most important question, where we are at this moment. So post-COVID, the world has completely changed. I mean, that's the main trigger behind everything you see in the last 4 5 years. Even before COVID, I mean, there were changes in emerging technology, but not to the extent the way people were thought of. Today, if you look at after post-COVID, there's not a single sector, not a single function where you don't see technology coming in picture. So why it has happened? Because obviously, post-COVID world, the remote working became much more of an agenda. So people wanted more digitalization. Apart from that, people also realized depending physically between humans will be a difficult thing tomorrow if there's an epidemic comes in. So it's important also that we can have an ecosystem where the work will not be impacted if the human intervention is missing. Okay, look at the points which I'm trying to say. It is important that the ecosystem should be such that if the work, so that the work will not get impacted if the human intervention is missing. That means tomorrow, certain situation happens that the humans are not able to, work manually inside that particular ecosystem. That the work should not suffer. It should get automated, and that's how the AI came in to back up those AI and other things, or any other technology, even blockchain, which we are going to go, we will read in the next coming slides. We need to have a high bandwidth. I mean, that's exactly how the whole future world looks like. So, people across the world, especially in India, if you look at it, we are upgrading our bandwidth, and 5G is one of the most important thing to make sure that this thing is completely taken care of. Because understandably, we have a high bandwidth, remote working, artificial intelligence, metaverse, all those things will have always have a bottleneck and not reach the potential it has to reach. And especially to reach the maximum amount of audience, it's important to have 5G as the main bandwidth. People don't talk about 5G as an emerging technology, but to be very frank, it is the base for everything. I mean, unless you have the robust connectivity, nothing is going to work. Last but not the least, every single industry in the last 4 years have realized there is no other way but to go digital. And the word digital has changed. I mean, when I was doing my BTech or Arun sir at his graduation time, I think the more digital word was having a computer at an office. I mean, more of a computer savvy industry. I mean, that's all. But today, digital has an entirely different parameter. I mean, when you talk about digital today, it means that the whole end-to-end value chain, supply chain is completely digitalized. So you have input and output, feedback, everything completely from digital ecosystem. That's exactly the kind of work the industry is looking at. And why they are looking at. Again, the answer remains the same as I said you before, that COVID has taught that you cannot be too much dependent on physical activities or human intervention directly. I mean, that doesn't mean humans should not have job. Please don't get me to a different definition. It just means that whatever happens, the business should not get impacted because the suffering of the business is much larger. If you look at Europe and America today, they're into a big crisis, and the reason is because the amount of money they have spent to recover from COVID is now playing the game. I mean, it's everybody knows it. So can we afford another pandemic? No, we cannot. We cannot afford another pandemic. At least in the next 2 to 3 4 years, we cannot afford another pandemic because if that happens, the whole value chain will get shattered, and that's the more reason why people are moving towards emerging technologies. So please understand. Somebody asked this question in GDP or anything. It's important for you to understand that the trigger for emerging technology is not business only. I mean, in the sense that somebody has made it, is because after the COVID, the industries has realized it is important to have complete digitalization so that we will not be impacted. That's one part of the story. So I mean, that's the trigger why you saw all those things which are coming. Okay. Then then the first keyword which came was artificial intelligence. It's a different issue that industry as an industry, other technologies came first, but as a keyword, artificial intelligence came first. Okay. Now, anybody who can comment here, what is AI? I mean, you can see the PPT. That's a different issue. But anybody who can tell me what is AI as per their understanding, what is AI? Okay, Mohit says it's automates the work. Okay, okay, good. Intelligence of machine and software. Okay, that's also very good, important part. Automate our task and makes life easier. Okay, okay. Which can help us with creating different AI means that is something not from human intelligence. No, no, no. Okay, let me put it in the other way around. Okay, okay. Intelligence. I understood. I understood. Everybody has given a good answer. Uh, in my computer, if I create an alarm of 6 o'clock every day for me to wake up, is it possible? It is possible. Is it AI? Somebody said automation is AI. So I'm automating it. Is it AI? Okay, so Sheetal says it's not an AI. Good. Okay, and Fazal says machine that can think like human. Okay, so if I'm thinking randomly, looking at the sky, uh, do you think a machine which is exactly doing the same thing as AI, then most probably they may not. It may not be of use to you anywhere, Maniam. You can answer anywhere. Okay, so okay, so it's not AI as per you. Okay, so let me answer this question. Let me answer this question. See, why people are so much concerned about AI? The reason is, please understand the definition very, very well. It resembles exactly how the human intelligence works. Not human intelligence works. Now, what is the meaning of it? Please understand how we have evolved. We have evolved not by gathering knowledge. Generally, we have evolved by mistakes. In the sense, when we are fighting with animals, we realize that we need to have ammunitions. So we created fire. So we don't know we discovered fire in that fighting. We just discovered stones. We also understand the sharpness that the stone if we can create some sharpness, it can penetrate the body of an animal. Okay, so that's how war and ammunition became part of our understanding. We started climbing trees to having a fear of animals. Apart from that, because winter became very much challenging for us, we understand how to make shelter for ourselves. How to, and we also realized when we were sitting near to a woolen animal, okay, in a woolen animal, it was giving us much more warmness. So we realized how to make sweaters. Okay. One day led to the other, led to the other. Every mistake or challenge human got, accordingly, it created its own solution, and the solution became the next iteration of the brain, and you become an evolved human being. And in the last 10,000, 20,000 years, exactly that has happened. And today, what you look at yourself is the evolved human being of the last 20 years. And every time the evolution happened because of a difficulty. It doesn't happen because somebody has given a book and you read it. That's not the way it has happened. It has happened because you have been given challenges. Something you're not able to do by your existing situation and you start to overcome that. Okay. Now, how it is related to AI? Look at ChatGPT, best example. When ChatGPT came first time, if some of you have used it in the first 2, 3 months of ChatGPT, many of the questions it said that I am an AI ML language. and this particular scope word or keyword or question is not scope of my work. Am I right? You might have seen it many times. With months and months and months, people realize that statement is going out now. वो statement अब नहीं आता generally. क्यों? Whenever he hits the bottleneck, it realizes there is a new iteration it needs to understand. And then it improves itself, gets the feedback, improves itself. And that is why deliberately your chat GPT is free. At least the basic one. You know why? So that you get more input to it. As you put more input to it, it is improving every single day. And that's why if you see its writing, its way of writing application, everything, it was very basic previously and now slightly more improved. Because every time you're giving it a task, it is improving itself. That is the innate nature of human being. And that's why I'm saying you, artificial intelligence is very good, but why people say it is also dangerous? Because one thing you should also realize for ChatGPT, in 8 months, how much it has learned, we took 200 years. So our evolution is slower than how the machine is learning. So that also comes to the point. So, I mean, you understood the whole point that, AI, when you say artificial intelligence, it resembles how the human evolves. It doesn't resemble any human brain. It just resembles how the human evolves. And that is the reason why AI all of a sudden become a big hit because it started interacting with you. With the more and more interaction, it become closer to you. Okay, and not only closer to you, it helps you do all your tasks. It helps you do all your things, etc., etc. And you can still keep working, and it is improving every single day. Every single day, it's a new thing for AI. So, anyways, so what AI generally will help us to? First of all, it will help us to analyze much bigger problem. I mean, that's something. It's not ChatGPT, okay? To analyze much bigger problems, we need AI. I mean, that's something which can really help us to move forward. Apart from that, it also adds its own added intelligence, like grab Jarvis in Iron Man. If you have a look at it, it is a very good assistant at this moment. It really helps out very well. So why AI has taken the center stage, as I said, so that the human intervention becomes physically much more lesser and humans are more using mind and logics to make sure how to govern these AIs. Okay. Now, what the market look like now? If you look at the current market, okay, which I'm taking more of 2024 and 20 because that's the best period, COVID and post-COVID. The COVID period is almost $500 billion in terms of digitalization. And by you can see 2024, it has even the learning management system AI capabilities will have 47% growth, which has been sort of, and it is going on well because the ChatGPT algorithm, the natural the NLP program which they have, the engine they have, it has been used by many industries now. Because of 5G, you will find a lot more internet users coming in by 2030. So you have technology coming in, you have access coming in. They're going to meet together, and that's exactly how the ecosystem will be. Okay, so AI is going to be a big stuff for you in the next coming 4, 5, 6 years. But that's not all. I mean, that's the one aspect of the story. What we see is that if you look at other emerging technology, which will come to the next slide, is also accompanying AI very well. Okay, they're all part of the same ecosystem. So that's exactly how this works. So you have a combined value of top five companies around $7.5 trillion. You have service business $350 billion. All this is going to be because of the emerging technologies coming in. So what is the emerging technologies all about? To understand that, you should also understand how the evolution has happened in the last 20 to 30 years. So if you look at 99 to 2015, in 99, Google came with search. Okay, so it's searching. Okay, so you are searching keywords, etc., etc. That's how the whole the world of search engine comes up. It became very popular. People realized now we can have more social networking, and Facebook came in. Okay, And people also realize that, Microsoft is going down as a laptop company. So Microsoft in reinvented itself as a software company. Now they're the best in cloud computing, Microsoft Azure, if you know it. If you look at the whole cycle in the last 20 years, moreover, innovation is much more slower. It is 4 to 5 years, you see a one single disruption which is happening all around. Like Microsoft, if you look at it, or Google, if you look at it, it is 5 to 6 years time when you can see all those things which is coming out. That is till 2015. After 2015, the world has completely changed. If you look at it from the way of digitalization, more and more companies have come up, more faster the evolution has happened. Somebody has written something, but so if they evolve faster than us, including the no, no. I'll come to that threatened part again to everyone, that whether there will be a threat of AI or not. So coming to the point, so Google, Facebook, and Microsoft, they were the leaders. I mean, if you look at the era of 2019, 1999 to 2015, it is the Web 2 era. Okay, so what is Web 2? Also understand the terminology very well. It's important for GDP. Web 1 is when you can where you can only read the web page. Web 2 is where you can read, write, and also collaborate. ओके वेब थ्री क्या है वो हम इसके बाद पढ़ेंगे ठीक है सो ये वेब टू एरा है ये दिस इज द वेब टू एरा गूगल फेसबुक एंड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट सो दे वर द मार्केट लीडर्स दे वर गवर्निंग एवरीथिंग एंड Amazon फोर्थ नंबर which were part of the internet the best company in the internet era okay this continued in 2015 after the world changed okay so what are the top world market right now so post-COVID world the world market here is blockchain artificial intelligence industry 4.0 and digitalization I'm putting metaverse in both AI and industry 4.0 just to make sure that it covers both of them. Okay. So what is a blockchain? Anybody who can tell me what is a blockchain? What is a blockchain? Anybody who can tell me? Anyone? I want you to participate. No problem. If it is wrong, no problem. आपको पता क्या है उसके बारे में? अच्छा, what is blockchain? The second question is what is cryptocurrency? Is both the same? बस इतना मुझे बता दो आप. Anyone who has any idea of cryptocurrency or blockchain, anything, which you have an idea. Write anything. I'm just giving you 15 seconds more, just 15 seconds. Okay, cryptocurrency, digital currency. Anything else? Anybody else? Okay, Mariam says ledger technology that securely records and verifies. Good. Database mechanism. Okay. Digital currency. Very good. They are not named. They are not named. Cryptocurrency is digital currency. Blockchain is called the technology. Okay. Some database system. Okay. Okay. So let me answer this question to you. Okay. And you have to very closely listen what I'm trying to say. Okay. Forget the definition. I'll give you the close answer. So in 1990s, okay, it cannot be controlled by any government. No, Arjit, ऐसा नहीं है ठीक है. But anyway, आप रुक जाओ. Just listen what I'm trying to say. 1990s में इंटरनेट आया. इंटरनेट came in 1999. Oh, sorry, 1990. ठीक है. And internet was very crucial part in the digital ecosystem. Okay. So banks thought, why can't we implement internet in our system? And I'll tell you one thing, when they implemented, they realized that internet is the worst form of digital transaction. Internet is worst for digital transaction. They realized it. Can anybody tell me why? Anybody tell me. Internet is the worst form of digital transaction. Anybody who can tell me. Okay, Gotham says not secure. Okay, 1 point. Anybody else? Causes virus. Okay. Anything else? It can be hacked. Okay. It's easy to access the data. Okay. Insecure. Mhm. Lack of awareness among users. Okay. So my question here is, I'm saying why internet is thought to be the worst mode of digital transaction. Okay. Loss of data, low rate of success, it's reduced human, okay, it's not always show verified information. Okay. Okay. अब थोड़ी देर के लिए शांत हो जाओ, थोड़ी देर के लिए शांत हो जाओ. Let me answer this question to you. Okay. The answer is not any of this. The answer is, if you have sent an email, okay, just forget everything. If you just see, imagine that you have sending an email to somebody. उस email में you are putting a PPT. When it goes to the other party, he or she receives the PPT. But still in your sent item, you see that same PPT. How it is possible? When the PPT has already reached the user destination, how you are able to have PPT in your sent item or outbox? I hope you understood the point. When sending a PPT to somebody by email, why the same PPT is still there in your sent item? Anyone? No. Confused. Ansh. The PPT is received by the other party. But in your sent item, you will still see the PPT, right? कि आपने कितनों को mail भेजा, and you will also see the PPT with you. The answer to that question is, internet never sends data from one place to another. It always copy and paste the data from one place to another. Okay. So imagine in currency how what happens. In currency, what happens is, imagine I can see Rachna here. Okay. So Rachna, I have I paid 100 rupees to Rachna, and Rachna has to pay me back because it was a debt which I have given 100 rupees. If you're only using internet, what happens? Rachana is sending 100 rupees to me, money duplication, because it copies data from my side, internet copies data of the 100 rupees from me and gives to Rachana. मेरा 100 रुपये मेरे पास ही है. This problem is called as double spending problem. And that's the reason why banks never use internet directly for transaction. What they do is they come in between. Okay, just like UPI. So in UPI, what happens is you're doing Paytm, you're triggering the transaction. कि मेरे को 10 रुपए भेजने हैं. Bank act like middleman. They open your account, verify the transaction, open your account and the target customer's account, and then credit and debit. The ledger is created, -10 +10. Pass. Or you get an SMS from a bank that 10 rupees credited your account. What is blockchain? Now let's come to the point. In 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto, there's an anonymous user who put up paper in Google. It says that now we don't need banks for doing those transactions. Blockchain is a series of blocks. What it does is it stores the information in the block also with a unique hash. So whatever the information creates and the block is created, the time is completely recorded, timestamp. So you can create ledger of each information, कब कहाँ कैसे कैसे जा रहे हैं, right? So if you're doing money transaction, the money will go from one place to another. It will do its ledger also with it. In a sense, अगर money एक बंदे से दूसरे बंदे गया है, तो this is not going duplicate. It is sending the money from one place to another because the block also will go. So there is always a unique hash. As I said, the block will always go. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि मेरे पास वही block है उनके पास वही block. The block will always travel. So what happens is the transaction becomes unique. Okay, it is immutable. Why it is immutable? Because blockchain, by virtue, is difficult to be modified. Why? Because it works on a principle called as consensus. What is consensus? जब तक मोर देन 50% लोगों का मुझे वीटो पावर नहीं मिलेगा, मैं कुछ भी ऐड और डिलीट नहीं कर सकता उसके अंदर. And for a million servers, it is impossible. We don't have time, otherwise I would have given a separate chapter of blockchain, but it's that's what the minimum meaning of it is. And that's why they don't need banks. So that's how blockchain came in. So Satoshi Nakamoto said that to work in this blockchain, I need to give some incentive to people. And that's why whenever people, because people are giving servers to work, okay, there are community है, बहुत सारे लोग सर्वर्स दे रहे हैं काम करने के लिए. ये सर्वर में जो काम हो रहा है, उससे जो ब्लॉक जनरेट हो रहा है, उस पर्टिकुलर सर्वर को एक टोकन मिलेगा. उस टोकन का नाम था बिटकॉइन. And that is how the incentive mechanism of Bitcoin came out. When same bitcoins were put on the trade exchange, we called it as cryptocurrency. Okay. So cryptocurrency is nothing but a token in the part of blockchain. So there are many blockchain. You have Bitcoin blockchain, you have Hedera, you have Cardano, you have you have Ethereum. All these are different blockchains. Every blockchain has a different specialty. But I mean, Ethereum is very much known for smart contract, automate the contract directly. And because it is immutable, timestamp, you can record each and every activity of the contract. Not possible otherwise. Okay. So that's how blockchain came in. Now, blockchain is the era of Web3. You know why Web3? You can look, you can read, you can write, you can collaborate, and you can own. In the sense, blockchain, because of its unique hash, it gives stamp to each and every digital art or digital value added element. And because of which you can own a digital asset because it's unique. It's completely unique. आप जब किसी को फोटो खींचते हो और फोटो खींच को फॉरवर्ड करते हो तो उसकी पता नहीं कितनी कॉपीज हो जाती है. That's why there's no uniqueness in each of them because each of them are actually same copies. Blockchain में it is impossible. And that's the reason blockchain gives ownership to the image or the digital imprint which you are trying to use. And that's how the blockchain has worked out. Clear है किसी को any doubts है? Hamid, any doubts you have? Anyone has any doubts? Okay. Okay. So blockchain is a series of blocks in which each information is converted into block by using servers of other people. Okay. So it's not a company. It's a complete and no, what to say open access system. So anybody can put their server and create a server of Bitcoin blockchain or any other blockchain what is possible. So they will create block. Each block will have unique hash, and because of which your data is completely unique. It cannot be duplicated. So it transfers from one place to another, but it cannot be duplicated. And that's how blockchain has taken much more important application in the real world. What is the real world application? First, counterfeiting use होता because because it works on consensus. But in this there are different servers. More than 50% servers consensus are required to do an edit. What happens is even if somebody hacks the system, it is hackable. It hacks the system. The next server will copy every data back to the server what because everybody has same data in the consensus mechanism. So that's why it is very difficult to hack. Understand you have captured all computers. That is also impossible. Why? Because like Ethereum or Bitcoin, the bigger blockchains, they have millions of users. So it's very difficult to do a 50%, more than 50% approval and get the what to say blockchain to be hacked. No, it's not possible. But exactly I said, when you do an internet transaction, it goes to bank. And bank, what happens is it opens your account and the send and the receiver's account, verifies both the account numbers, and then writes -100 in your account and +100 in the other person's account. That's called ledger maintenance. And because of which you get an SMS that money is deducted from your account, and you get a credited SMS to the other person that they have received the money. Okay. So banks do the ledger job, and that's why blockchain has become very important because blockchain somehow replaces the ledger completely. You don't require a ledger anymore. Yeah. Now, what's the next big thing? So this is the blockchain technology which came in. So blockchain has a lot of applications, smart contracts. You can trace each and every part of the money. मतलब वो money कहाँ से कहाँ तक आया है. You can trace agriculture products and their use. Smart contract can bind the staffs into contracts. You can trace everything now. Don't know third party required. And blockchain got a very good access in the future. I mean, they really made the big thing of it. This is going to be a big change. बट एज सुन एज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस केम इन उसके जस्ट एक साल बाद मेटावर्स आ गया. ओके, नाउ एनीबॉडी कैन टेल मी व्हाट इज मेटावर्स? Okay, so a virtual world people can collaborate. No, the metaverse. Okay, now let me be quick to it. Metaverse is not just a virtual world. Okay, metaverse अगर virtual world होता तो PS4, PS5 भी आप खेलते ही थे. So there was no difference. Metaverse is different because in the definition wise, metaverse is a virtual world which is governed by blockchain. In the sense, you have every digital element inside metaverse is completely unique. That's why you can buy land in metaverse. You can sell land in metaverse. Your digital avatar is completely unique inside metaverse, and that's why it is a virtual economics. In the sense, a complete virtual economy runs inside metaverse in the real world. I mean the real term of what you mean by metaverse. Okay, and that's why blockchain आने के बाद ये trigger हुआ कि we can have a metaverse, and that's how every company started working on metaverse. And then came AI. Okay, so these are the three main governing bodies on which everything works out. The reality is these three are connected. They're not separate industries. They're three are connected. Blockchain gives you a virtual standardization token or you can currency and also security. Yeah, it's a second world completely. Okay. Same time, metaverse gives you a complete virtual world where you can control the real world objects sometimes and have real transactions because of blockchain. Same goes to AI. What AI does? AI actually analyze these two things, and because of which it gives much more better human experience. So what is the career right now? So let me put it straight. First, every 6 months you are going to find new technology coming in, no matter what. The era has gone when there 10 years पे एक बार एक iPhone बनाया किसी ने and now you're only upgrading it. ऐसा नहीं होगा. Every 6 months there will be somebody coming in and they will be blasting the scene with some new technology. So always be alert. Always be very alert. Okay, always be very alert. Second, there's no way you can excuse in terms of studies. We have to make sure that you continuously learn every single day because every 6 months new words are coming in. Third, but not the third, but not the least, don't try to learn the code, but understand the whole entity and which problem they're trying to solve. That will give you much more longevity in the arena rather than only having what to say. What to say, a limited understanding of the knowledge of these things, right? So this is a small gesture which I thought I can discuss with all of you.